Hello, everyone.
Hey, Sahar.
Hello. These three wonderful researchers they're just back from Canada. So they're going to share their experience of attending their work, attending in an international conference, and the feedbacks that they got. So maybe they initiate by sharing their experience with the audience, and then moving forward with their presentation.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Sure, we can start with that. We can, hold on, I have a slide for it at the end, but we can start with it. Mona, did you want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure. We just attended SFNC in Toronto, Canada, Society for Neuroscience of Creativity, and it was a very enlightening experience. Met with a bunch of really awesome professionals. We learned a lot from their talks, their panels, their discussions, and when they came up to us and talked to us about our poster and showed interest in our project, which was really cool, seeing actual PhD experts saying that our project is something they've never seen before. So overall, really humbling experience, really enlightening experience is what I'd say. It was great, definitely worth it.
And they give us great advice too, like specific methods to improve our scoring, which we'll get into later. But yeah, it's really cool. All right, I guess, should we begin our presentation?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay,
Best
cool.
of luck.
Hi, I'm Nishka, and I'm presenting today with Samuel and Manis, and our study focuses on humans versus LLMs, a quantitative comparison in creativity, and we're basically comparing creative humans versus the creativity of LLMs. So the purpose of our study is to challenge the perception of AI being less creative than humans, and we also want to explore the creativity of AI by focusing on its ability to impersonate individuals. So the types of creativity we decided to focus on are divergent thinking, which involves generating multiple ideas or solutions to one problem, convergent thinking, which involves finding the best single solution to a problem, big C creativity, which involves major production in arts, science, and social pieces, and finally little c creativity, which is an everyday common activity. So how we quantify creativity in our project is through assessments and inventories. So we use the alternative uses task, which involves naming the alternate uses for a single object, the remote associations test, which is when 3 words are given and the participant is required to come up with the 4th associated word with the given words. The Torrance test of creative thinking, which uses picture-based exercises to assess mental characteristics, and the NEO-FFI factor inventory, which is a personality questionnaire based on the big 5 personality traits. So some examples of how the assessments were used. So for the alternative uses task, we would ask the participant, for example, name as many alternative uses for a ping pong ball as possible. And then they might say a stress relieving device or a dog toy. For the remote associations test, we would give the 3 words cottage, Swiss, and cake, and the correct answer would be cheese. Or loser, throat, and spot, and the correct answer would be sore. And then finally, for the Torrance test of creative thinking, we give them parallel lines to draw images, and then from those parallel lines, a participant might draw a mountain range or a set of railroad tracks or a row of musical notes.
Now I'll be talking about the methodology we use in our experiment. So first, we incorporated select questions from all 4 of the tests, AUT, RAT, TTCT, and NEO-FFI, into a completely unique and original questionnaire designed by us. We would then have our participant answer both a questionnaire and a demographic survey. We would have an LLM impersonate the participant using the demographic information that they gave us and answer the exact same questionnaire. We'd score both the participant and the LLM responses using these creativity tests, and compare the data. We would repeat this process with participants of different demographics, for example, profession, age, gender, so on and so forth, all with the purpose of determining whether or not language models are more creative than humans.
All right, and getting to our study and findings, we had 20 participants, or so far we have 20 participants who have completed the questionnaire. The mean age was 46. We had 15 female, 13 male, 25 Asian, 3 white. And for employment status, we had 23 full-time, 2 students, 2 retired, and 1 remote. All these participants would take the 30-minute questionnaire, which, as Mona said, include the NEO-FFI, IAT, RAT, and TTCT. Now, if we get into individual participant results, we can see from these graphs here, just the scoring of each participant and the impersonations. The green bars are human responses, and the blue line is the LLM responses scored. And we can see that for the RAT, there's actually there's actually some instances where the LLM does worse than the human. We actually don't see this as much with the AUT and TTCT, which are divergent thinking tests, where ChatGPT or LLM has a higher, generally does a higher score with the AUT TTCT. But if we look at our summarization of these findings with the mean of each score, we can see that our LLM outperforms humans in all of our tests.
So now I'll be talking about our future work and our plans. So we want to compare more participants' creative abilities to the LLM and complete further data analysis to make sure that our findings are as accurate as they can be. In the future, we also want to build our own platform to bolster human creativity. This platform will provide innovative, personalized solutions to whatever problem the user discloses, and the user would engineer specialized prompts to ensure applicable responses from the language models. As we've already talked about, we have just went to FFNC. Thank you for listening. Our utmost gratitude to Sahar Johannikia, our principal investigator, for her guidance, and ASDRP for this great opportunity to do some great research. If you want to view any of our citations, feel free to scan this QR code. And if you are above 18 or know anyone else above 18 who's willing to participate in the study, please scan this QR code and we will contact you shortly after you complete our eligibility questionnaire. Thank you.